Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Cheche Stitches. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you guys the steps I took in making this backpack. If you would love to know the steps I took in designing this backpack, let's get straight into the tutorial. I'm working with this patterned suede material. I cut out a block shape from the material for both the front and the back. The width is 12 inches and the length is also 12 inches. I'll take one of the material and fold it once this way to form the curve on the bag. I came in by 1 inches at the edge of the bag this way. I'll start forming the curve. That part I marked 1 inches will help you to form the curve very well. Once I was done forming the curve on one part of the bag, I'll trace it to the other parts of the bag. I'm going to get one part for the front. I'm going to come down by 4 inches. This part I'm coming down by 4 inches is where I'm going to add the zip on the front. Once I was done dividing it, I'm going to be cutting out the zip I'll add to the front. When cutting out the lining for the bag, the lining should be inch bigger than the main bag. For the lining I'll be adding to the front, I'm also going to divide it just like I did to the main material. To add the zip to the front, you place the zip this way, get the lining and place it on top of it. I'm going to pin it. I'll do the same thing to the second part and take it to my sewing machine and stitch. This is how it looks like once I was done with the stitching. I'll also go right on my sewing machine and stitch this lining so that it will lap to the material. I'll cut off the excess allowance. I'll be pinning the lining to the material before stitching. Once I was done, I'm going to check if the length and width of the front is still the same with the length and width of the back. If there is any difference, I'm going to trim it so that the length and width of the front and back will be the same. Once I was done with the trimming, I'm going to get the front. I'm going to come up by 6 inches on both sides. From this point, I marked 6 inches. I'm going to measure from there to meet the other 6 inches. And once I'm done, I got 18.5 inches. This 18.5 inches is where we'll be adding the zip for the upper part of the bag. I've cut out the material I'll be working with for the upper part of the bag. The length is 18.5 inches and the width is 5 inches. I divided the width by 2. One part is 3 inches and the other part is 2 inches. 3 plus 2 makes it total of 5 inches. I'll be dividing it because we'll be adding our zip between the division. I also cut out a lining for each piece. I'll go right on my sewing machine and add the zipper this way. Once I was done, this is how it looks like. Remember we measured out 3 inches and 2 inches as the width, which makes it 5 inches. I cut out another piece to use to complete the side of the bag. Remember we measured off 6 inches on this both side, but I've gotten a material to use to complete it. The length of this piece is 6 inches and the width is 5 inches. Like I said, I'll use this piece to complete the side of the bag. I'm going to place it good face to good face and I'll get the lining. I'll place the lining under the zipper part, that part I added zip. I'll place it this way. I'll do the same thing to the second part. I'll go right on my sewing machine and stitch it. Once I was done completing the side of the bag, this is how it looks like. The same thing applies to the base of the bag. The length of the base will be 12 inches and the width will be 5 inches. I'll drop the side of the bag, the base of the bag and the front of the bag aside and I'll work on the back of the bag. So for the bag, I'll first add the handle loop to the bag. I've already folded this handle loop that I'm going to work with. The length is 7 inches and the width before folding is 3 inches. To add the handle loop to the back of the bag, I'm going to find the center of the bag this way. I'll be placing it between that part I marked chalk on, and I'll go right on my sewing machine and stitch it to the bag. Once I was done adding the handle loop, I'm going to add the lining to the bag. For the main handle of the backpack, I'm working with a belt. The width is 1 inches and the length is 45 inches for each handle. To add the belt to the bag, I'm going to place it ½ inch away from the handle loop. I'll go straight on my sewing machine and stitch it. Once I was done, this is how it looks like. And I got this small piece that I've already folded. The length is 4 inches and the width before folding is 3 inches. I got my 4 corner ring. I'm going to pass it through this way. I came in by 2 inches on both sides to be able to place this piece that I'll be attaching the belt to. And I will go right on my sewing machine and stitch it. Once I was done with the stitching, this is how it looks like. The next thing now is to add the adjuster to the bag to be able to adjust the handle to your desired length. Watch carefully how I'll be adding the adjuster to the handle. You get your belt, pass it through the adjuster this way. You pass the belt again through this second ring. Make a hole at that adjuster where the second part of the belt will pass through. After making a space, you get this part of the second belt and pass it inside this way and you pass it outside again. Be careful the parts of the belt you stitch together. This part is the right part you should stitch together. You get this part of this belt, place it to this part, and I'll be pinning it because I'm going to go right and add my adjuster to the second part before going right on my sewing machine and stitch it. So guys, we are done on all the stitching needed for the back. The next step now is to join all every pieces together to form our backpack. I'll first of all add the side of the bag to the front. But if you notice, the sides of the zipper part is not equal. The other part is 3 inches by width. The other part is 2 inches by width. But that part that is 2 inches by width will be facing the front. The part 3 inches as width will face the back. It's not compulsory that the widths must not be equal. The width can be equal. It depends on yours or the recreation of the bag you're working on. I'll go right on my sewing machine and add a side to the front of the bag. Once I was done adding the side to the front, this is how it looks like. The next thing now is to add the back to it. To add the back of the bag, you find the center of the back and join it to the center of the side. And I'll go right on my sewing machine and join them both together. Once I'm done joining the back of the bag, this is how it looks like. The last thing now to join is the base of the bag. So guys, I'm done joining everything to complete our backpack, and this is how it looks like. To cover up all the rough edges on the bag, I'm going to work with this bias to cover it up. The first part I'll bias is this both edge of the base part. So I'm going to bias the both edge of the base part before biasing this round part of the bag. Once I was done biasing the bag, this is how it looks like. So I'm going to open up the bag to the front. So guys, this is basically all on the steps I took in designing this backpack. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Drop your comments on the comment section below on what's next you would love to see me design. Subscribe to this channel for more beautiful videos like this. Turn on your notification bell to be the first to be notified when I upload new video every day. Thank you guys for watching and see you all in my next tutorial. Bye!